Hey there, Hidden River folk. It's Brandon, and I'm back. I apologize. I did not get a video out last week. Crazy week, but I'm back. Today, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to talk about the health effects of coffee, the health benefits of coffee on cardiovascular disease, which is heart health, overall blood pressure, anything that has to do with the blood pump and the pipes that carry it, right? Which are all incredibly important, as I'm sure you can guess. So we're going to go over that today. Today, we're going to cover 7 benefits of coffee on the cardiovascular system. So stick around. It's going to be a good one. It's actually really, really cool. I enjoy it. Do me a favor, if you will, like and subscribe the video. Share it if you really got something out of it that can actually help somebody, but it really does help me. So, all right, let's get into it. Okay, today, coffee and cardiovascular health. What is cardiovascular health? Cardiovascular health is the health of the blood pump system in your body. Yeah, your heart, veins, arteries, those are very, very critical. Lots of bad things can happen to those throughout life. Life is pretty inflammatory, actually. I know that sounds weird, but stress, and who doesn't have enough stress, right? There's plenty of things we're not going to get into, but I would say very few people don't have stress. That chronic inflammation from stress in your body, that actually affects your cardiovascular system quite a bit. Cardiovascular disease is a big deal. Now, there's a lot of things we can do. A healthy diet, decreasing stress, that one is sometimes harder than it seems. It should be, but we can do it, right? Well, what if I told you that drinking the coffee that you love, yes, Hidden River Roasters coffee, so that could actually save your life? No, just like in the last video, it can't save your life. However, it can actually lend to many other changes in your body that can actually help you live a healthier life. So I joke about it saving your life. In a small part, it is going to help. It really does. And we know this. Science has proved this. So as we've been talking about, coffee contains a bunch of bioactive compounds, which means compounds that your body can use. They actually affect your body, good or bad. Coffee is actually heavily laden with positive ones. It's actually really, really good for you. And I'm not just biased because I am a coffee roaster of high-end coffee, clean, quality coffee, which is critical. But this is just the reality of it. It's loaded with that. Loaded and heavily laden. It's okay. I haven't had enough coffee today, but it is loaded with polyphenols, flavonoids, antioxidants, all these big words that we hear, it's in there. So first, number 1, lowers your risk of heart disease. So it is loaded with the antioxidants. We talked about that. Antioxidants protect blood vessels and decrease inflammation, right? We just talked about how life stresses, bad food, processed foods, too much sugar, they cause inflammation in your system. Well, coffee has it's got a massively high antioxidant value, which goes in and deals with the different parts of inflammation that cause problems in your body. We've heard of free radicals. Yeah, unhealthy lifestyle and food, they cause free radicals, right? They're loaded with them. Coffee is the combatant that goes after those free radicals and takes care of them. And so it helps to protect that, your body, your blood vessels from the free radical damage, right? It decreases inflammation systemically, which means your whole body, but even more so on the blood vessels that are very critical, which an inflamed blood vessel actually isn't smooth like it's supposed to be. It starts getting fuzzy on the inside, and that starts to catch things that we don't want, like arterial plaquing and other buildups where cholesterol starts getting stuck and causing clots. We'll get into that, but those are bad things. So coffee is loaded with antioxidants that help to decrease the inflammation. Now, you can't just go crazy on all the bad things for you and say, I'll just drink extra coffee. Hidden River coffee is amazing, but it's not that good. You do have to use it as part of a plan to live a healthy lifestyle, all right? Let's get on to number 2. reduces the risk of stroke. This one's very personal to me. I lost my dad to a stroke. Two of them, actually, not two dads, two strokes. And yes, he would have thought that was funny. That's not being disrespectful. He had quite a sense of humor when it came to things like that. But it reduces the risk of stroke by up to 20%. That's huge, right? We know that coffee has caffeine in it. Well, caffeine actually causes vasodilation, which means the pipes and hoses that carry your blood around your body for circulation, they get bigger. A bigger pipe means easier flow. Again, not an excuse to have a bad lifestyle to clog these pipes. However, if we can help them to be better blood flow, improve circulation, that's a good thing. Just in the things that we're doing every day, like enjoying our morning coffee, lunchtime coffee, after dinner coffee. Our decaf is ridiculous. It is so good. I will guarantee you cannot tell the difference. Another video, I'll talk about that. I'll do one on our decaf. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. So it is this, like I said, it's very, very important to me. So it is, when I saw this, I was very, very excited about that. I was like, holy cow, this is great, right? Okay, another one. I know this is so hard to comprehend that coffee is really this good for you. You know what? Between you, me, and the fence post, I'm from the country. Leave me alone. But you might actually become a superhero. Superpowers by drinking Hidden River coffee. No, how cool would that be? But it's not true. It improves, so number 3 benefit, improves endothelial function. Yes, another big word. It's kind of fun to say, but endothelial function just means the functioning of your blood vessels. Okay, that's what that means. It's a big word. I like to use big words. It makes me feel important. That's not true at all either. I need to really stop joking around that make me look like a liar. I'm not a liar, I promise. But so what it does is it helps to keep them flexible. We talked about this in another video where we talked about trigonylene and also chlorogenic acid. Both of those, excuse me, both of those act on the blood vessels to help increase elasticity, which means they can expand and they can contract properly with the ability to spring back, which we need, because as they push out, as your heart pushes the blood, it expands them out and then they spring back to move it along further. Very important. That's how come you have a pulse. If you try to take your pulse like this and you don't have one, this is a problem. However, avoid that, okay? Not taking your pulse, go ahead, take that. But let's avoid not having a pulse. But I joke, but I don't joke, is because if you do take your pulse and it is super duper faint, you know, those are things like, and not to mention you have other risk factors and stuff like that. Don't go freaking out. Some people, their vessels are just deeper and it's hard to get it, okay? But you know, if you're really concerned about it, go see your doctor, okay? I am not your doctor. I am a doctor, but I am not your doctor. I'm bringing you the info. Follow up if you're concerned, okay? So, but we also, like I just mentioned, we talked about chlorogenic acid. Here we go. Improves endothelial function. That's really cool. These things decrease hypertension, which is high blood pressure, which is rampant, you know, due to stress, which is part neurologic, part cardiovascular, but they all kind of work together, right? And it can be from, I think we talked about, it can be because the liver is clogged, which trigonylene helps to unclog that. That's in coffee, okay? So we're going down this road. Follow me down this road. I know it's a lot to digest, but it's important, right? We love coffee. We're going to enjoy it. Let's know how good it is for us, okay? It helps to regulate blood pressure. We just segued into that, right? You develop a tolerance for caffeine as you're a regular coffee drinker, and therefore it actually does not cause hypertension. Weird, right? I know we get told by our doctors a lot. Now, okay, little disclaimer, do not ignore your doctor. If your doctor is treating you for high blood pressure, talk to him about it, okay? But I'm just giving you the facts. This is all backed up by scientific data. You can search it up yourself. Please do. I will try to put the sources in the description below, and which you're going to go to anyways to click on the link and order Hidden River coffee right as soon as you're done. Or even right now. I mean, seriously, it's that good. But anyway, so it helps you to lower that risk of hypertension, okay? Because we just talked about the vasodilatory effects of caffeine, right? So you develop that tolerance, okay? Supports healthy cholesterol levels. Now, this is one I had actually not looked into. It is very interesting is drinking coffee can actually increase your HDLs, okay? That's fantastic. Those are your healthy cholesterols. Now, again, I mentioned in another video, not all LDLs are created equal. Bad cholesterol, not all what they call bad cholesterol is bad cholesterol. Look that up if you want to go any further. But it's not all created equal. But for this video, we will say we want to keep our LDLs low. We want to keep them lower, and we want more HDLs. That's just kind of how just the very general surface of cholesterol works, okay? Is also very interesting. This is another thing I didn't know. I'm loving this because I'm learning so much more too, is filtered brewing methods like drip or a pour over, they actually remove something from the coffee that you're brewing called cafestol. Now, I will dig deeper into cafestol. I just stumbled across this last minute right before filming, and so I didn't look into it yet, but I will actually. I'm probably going to end up doing a video on that, even if it's short, because that's fascinating to me, how it can be filtered out by a paper filter. It must be a very large molecule. So I'm curious now. Anyways, we'll get back to that. But there you go. Even greater effects are on the drip brew that you'd get at home. So order your beans, get it at home. There you go. Problem solved. Doing pour overs. That's great. Okay. Espresso and French press, things without filters, they still have cafestol in it. Now, granted, don't panic. Cafestol is not bad for you by any stretch, from what I know, but it does decrease the effects of increasing HDLs. Lowers risk of heart failure. Okay, the bioflavonoids actually in coffee, which we've gone over some, the chlorogenic acid, the trigonylene. We talked about how the trigonylene actually improves muscle function. We talked about that in the other video. Improves muscle function. Well, here's the cool thing. It has a really, really profound effect on cardiac muscle. Helps to improve cardiac muscle function as well. That's great, right? Turns out cardiac muscle, your heart, like the literal blood pump, very important. So this is fantastic. So we want to make sure that that we're getting good, clean coffee for this, though, okay? Because if you're getting not clean coffees, there's pesticides, there's all those things that can actually counteract that and can cause inflammation, therefore. So little side caveat is not all coffee is created equal. I know you all know that, because if you're watching Hidden River, you know that you came to us for the best, and that's what you're going to get, is the best clean coffee, never burnt, roasted, perfect, okay? So all the antioxidants also in coffee actually help to reduce the oxidative stress on the heart muscle, on the cardiac muscle, and the blood vessels, right? So remember, we talked about the blood vessels get a little bit fuzzy on the inside, start catching things. Same thing can happen on the heart muscle. The free radicals, they damage tissues. They damage healthy tissues. They're everywhere. It's not like you need to go hide in a cave or something. They are everywhere. So we eat good foods, high in antioxidants. We drink lots of Hidden River coffee. And sorry, I sidetracked myself with a thought. I won't do that again. But we do these things to help to subdue those free radicals, which is where antioxidants come in. Last but certainly not least, coffee's antioxidants lower inflammatory markers in the blood, which inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP especially, is big for showing inflammation in the heart, in the cardiac muscle. There's other ones like interleukin-6, tumor necrosis factor. Those are all inflammatory markers that are due to systemic inflammation. Now, yes, you're going to have some of those in the body. To best of my knowledge, there's no way to avoid inflammation, systemic inflammation, completely. I just don't think you can possibly do it unless you have ascended to another level. I don't know. But I do know that we can help by, when we're going to drink our coffee anyways, drinking good, clean coffee, roasted perfectly. Yeah, I know. Come on. It's a Hidden River coffee video. It's just cool facts about coffee. So roasted perfectly to get that huge number of antioxidants, polyphenols, and other compounds like chlorogenic acid that are so helpful to the body. So I really hope that this has been interesting to you. As we've seen, coffee offers significant benefits as far as cardiovascular system goes. The entire body goes, but we're talking about cardiovascular today, right? It helps to reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, hypertension. All of those things work together to do badness, to put a blunt tip on it. We don't want to go there. So if we can enjoy our phenomenal Hidden River coffee, which we can, right? I'm putting a link in the description. Click there, buy your coffee. It'll save your life. It won't save your life, but it sure can help. Just bump up that health factor a bit. And I do guarantee that you will enjoy it, which has a positive effect on neurochemistry. And yes, I'm that big a nerd. We are going there in a very soon video. So anyways, always remember, never, ever, ever settle for bad coffee. Drink good, clean, high quality coffee. That is actually very important. And remember to find that hidden river. I say that in every video. Find your hidden river. I explained it in our origin story video. But it just means find that place that you can kind of just get lost from the world just for a minute, enjoy your coffee, and just kind of slip away, reduce that stress. All right. I hope this has been interesting. I find it fascinating. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below because I do actually read those. It may take me a little while, but I do read them. I do want to answer questions if you have them. Please like and subscribe, share it if you will. Help me out build this, get more information out, because even if it was just mildly interesting to you, maybe it'll be super helpful to someone. All right. Have an awesome day, and don't forget to find your hidden river.